Welcome back to another edition of Topic Tuesday. I'm your host, Kirsten Raposa with Exit Elite Realty here in Arnold, Missouri. And today I have with me
John Agers, the broker owner of Exit Elite Realty here in Arnold as well.
He hired me.
And she's still working here, so she's doing a wonderful job.
If you'd like to catch any of my past episodes, they are available on my Instagram TV feed, Facebook, as well as YouTube. And you can follow me on any of these social media platforms at Kirsten Elite. So today, my topic is buyer's remorse. Most people kind of feel that it just sticks to the first-time home buyers, but I brought along with me an expert who's dealt with a lot of people, and get his view on the topic.
Yeah, I think buyer's remorse has been around for many years, way before I got my real estate license. And I think a lot of young buyers or young agents think that it revolves around just first-time home buyers. That's typically not the case. Buyer's remorse can revolve around any buyer, whether the first, second, or even retirees. I'm working with a retiree right now, and they're feeling some buyer's remorse. So Kirsten has some questions for me on how you handle that, and it's really not. It's not so much how you handle it, it's what you say to keep the customer busy and focused on the home purchase process rather than what they could possibly be missing out on or the long-term obligation that they're making in the 30-year mortgage.
So what is the most common buyer's remorse aspect that I guess that you've seen? Like, is it the mortgage? Is it the maintenance of the house? Is it like that they signed one contract but they want to possibly buy another home? Or
it's the commitment. Whether you're buying a home for the first time and you realize that you're entering into a 30-year commitment, we compare it to a marriage. And if you ever read the 5 love languages, it talks about investing into your relationship. And when you're purchasing a home, you have to realize that you're investing into your home purchase process for 30 years. So when you get engaged, you sometimes get nervous and you call the runaway bride or the runaway groom. And in this particular case, it's the runaway homeowner or potential homeowner. But it's not just a commitment as a young person, as a first-time home buyer. Even retirees have that same issue where they get nervous that this may not be the perfect home that they want to retire in. So they have that same type of feelings that the first-time or even the second-time home buyers have.
When you've dealt with people, in the top left corner of all the paperwork, it says there are legal consequences to all of the paperwork. So, when you sign a contract, like a marriage, it's legally binding, whether it's closed or not, correct?
That's correct.
So, a lot of people tend to have when do they have the buyer's remorse? Is it before they sign the contract or after?
You know, typically I see it from the very beginning. We call them professional home shoppers, where they'll want you to go out and show them homes every weekend. They'll write contracts. They'll ask you to get out of a contract. They'll write a contract. They're always looking for a reason to get out of that contract, whether it be the inspections, whether it be something minor, location. There's always something that's kind of fostering that thought of, oh my goodness, I'm almost made that commitment. I think I want to back out. So when you realize or recognize someone's having that pullback every time they write a contract, or even during that first couple of weeks of the contract, you're really going to have to handhold them and let them know that it's perfectly normal to be nervous during that process. It's perfectly normal to be a little concerned or worried about the things that could potentially happen. But if you worry about all the potential things that happen, not just in the home buying process, but in life, you're going to miss out on a lot of great opportunities. And buying a home is a great opportunity, especially for the young folks out there.
So what advice do you have for anyone who could potentially be feeling buyer's remorse right now while they sign a contract?
You know, they call us realtors, they call us counselors, they call us we wear a lot of different hats. I would tell an agent that during that process of buyer's remorse, you're going to have a lot of care for that customer. You're going to have to keep them focused on the end result, which is being a homeowner and gaining value through that process. But more importantly, you're going to have to be a confidant, a friend, someone that they trust. If they trust you and they trust your opinion, then I think you're going to have a better chance of walking them through that process. If you start pushing them, there's a good chance you're going to push them right away.
So, before you sign a contract and you commit to the home, make sure it is definitely the home you want to purchase.
Yes. And the other thing I would add is once you write a contract on a home, I would stop looking through sources, whether it be websites, Zillow, Trulia, MLS. I would stop that process and really enjoy that process of purchasing your home rather than worrying about what you could potentially lose if you follow through with this purchase. Remember that feeling you had when you opened that door for the first time and how you fell in love with that home. If you remember that feeling throughout the process, you'll have a good process and you'll be a wonderful homeowner.
That is great advice. Thank you, John, for your time.
I appreciate you.
And if you guys have any questions or comments, please just leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. Until the next time, y'all have a good day.
Bye.
Thanks.
You're welcome.